Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title of this video, today's video is gonna be this video, and I'm so excited for this video because as you all know by now, I'm a book girly. You know, I love my reading, absolutely love books. And so this video is going to be me showing you like what books I have, recommending you guys books in case any of you are going through like a reading slump right now, or just want, you know, some new books to read. And I will show my current reads and some of my favourite books. And without further ado, let me show you. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys what my current read is. And my current read is It Ends With Us by Colin Hoover. And this is my first time ever reading a coho book, and this is my first one. And so before I started reading Colin Hoover's books, I was a bit apprehensive at first just because I've heard mixed reviews, like good ones and bad ones, and so I was a bit, you know, apprehensive. But I have to say, so far I'm actually like invested, like I'm interested in it. And I have to say, one thing I do like is how like fast paced it is. You know, it's easy to follow. And yeah, so I'm up to page, is it 40 I believe? Let me just check. Oh yeah, page 40, chapter 3. And so what's happened so far is we've been introduced to our two main characters, Lily and Ryle, and from the sounds of it, it sounds like they've had pretty not the best days. And so Lily goes on to an apartment's rooftop just to like try and just get away from the world a bit, and then Ryle enters the rooftop by kicking a chair. Like fully on just kicking a chair. So obviously Lily's seeing that, she thinks, oh, he's had a pretty bad day. And then he notices her, and then, you know, they start talking stuff, and they essentially get to know each other. And that's what's happened so far. And yeah, I have to say I'm pretty invested. You know, obviously with characters I'm intrigued by, but I know as the book goes on we will know like what Ryle is actually like. If you don't know, basically as the book goes on we'll know more about Ryle in depth, because he starts to abuse Lily, and it goes on that I will find that out, and I know about that. But yeah, so far, like I said, I'm invested. It's an easy read and I'm actually enjoying it. I quickly just want to read the back for you all just in case you don't know anything. So this is what it says. Sometimes the one who loves you is the one who hurts you the most. Keep that in mind for this book. Okay. Lily hasn't always had it easy, but that's never stopped her from working hard for the life she wants. Come a long way from a small town in Maine where she grew up. She graduated from college, moved to Boston, and started her own business. So when she feels a spark with a gorgeous neurosurgeon named Ryle Kincaid, I hope I'm saying it right, if not I'm sorry. Everything in Lily's life suddenly seems almost too good to be true. Ryle is assertive, stubborn, and maybe a little bit arrogant. He's also sensitive, brilliant, and has a total soft spot for Lily, but Ryle's complete aversion to relationships is disturbing. That's what I mean. As questions about her new relationship overwhelm her, so do thoughts of Atlas Corrigan, her first love, and a link to the past she left behind. I'll get to that in a minute. He was her kindest spirit, her protector. When Atlas suddenly appears, everything Lily has built with Ryle is threatened. With this bold and deeply personal novel, Colin Hoover delivers a heart-wrenching story that breaks exciting new ground for her as a writer. It Ends With Us is an unforgettable tale of love that comes at the ultimate price. And as well in this book, there's letters that Lily wrote to Ellen. Yeah, as in Ellen. And I'm not gonna lie, I did read the first like 1 or 2, but after that, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just skimmed through them, like I just couldn't be bothered. But I read the parts about Atlas. So as it says here, Atlas was Lily's first love, and obviously as the book goes on we will find out more about him and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just skimmed through the Ellen, that's just because I was just like, not sure about that, so I kind of just get past it. But yeah, so my first coho book, and I have to say, I'm invested, it's easy to follow, and I'm quite enjoying it. So yeah, and they've actually made a film on this as well. It Ends With Us with Blake Lively and stuff, and I've seen some funny edits and some memes on it, and yeah, not sure about that, but you know, some people liked it, some people didn't, but the memes and bits are kind of funny. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to some of my favourite books that I've read and show you them. So one of my favourite all-time books is by an author called Karen M. McManus, and it is the One of Us is Blind series, and oh my gosh, I love this book so much. You know, it's a I believe, is it a mystery? I can't remember, a mystery. You know, it's set in like high school, and it's kind of like that typical high school setting, but it is so good. Now, before I knew these were books, I actually watched the show on Netflix, and before I even knew these were books, it was based on the books. I was like, oh my god, this series is actually really good. I think this was 2 years ago I got these books. My mum got me the books for this, and I've actually got a few more of Karen and McManus books as well. But as well as watching the show on Netflix, Heartstopper, I love these books so much. Like, and as well, before I knew this was a book as well, I watched the Netflix series before I knew this was a book. And oh god, is there another one? Another one of my favourites, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Absolutely, oh sorry, I forgot to say, this one's by Alice Osman. Absolutely love these books so much. Like, I've got all 3, it's in a set. Oh, what can I say? Such good books. But I watched this because on Netflix now they have A Good Guide to Murder series. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed by it. Like, obviously I know films and like series, they have to be like fast paced, you know, to get through the story, but I just felt like the series was on Netflix, I felt like it was really rushed, and I felt like we just didn't get at some parts of like the story, like in kind of detail, but like kind of not. But for me, it just felt very rushed, and I can't lie, I was left kind of disappointed. Like, obviously some episodes are better than others, and I did kind of get like, oh, like, you know, what's gonna happen next, and kind of like a jump scare moment. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was quite disappointed by the series. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, everyone's opinion is different, and that's absolutely fine. But for me, I was just left kind of disappointed. Like, I feel like it was a bit rushed, and we didn't get everything, as in like to hear. That's why sometimes the books are better, or sometimes like the TV series is better. For me, the book's better. And since there's 3 in the series, they will probably bring out, say, another season stuff. I would watch the next season, but it's not like a series I would go back and watch it again. Like, I've watched it once, that's enough. I won't go back and watch it again. But books, absolutely love the books. Okay, now that I've gone on a bit of a rant about that, let me get back to what I was talking about. So One of Us is Lion is set in a high school setting, and it's 5 students who walk into detention, and only 4 make out alive. So stuff happens in detention, obviously. Let me just read the book. It'll be easier. Yeah. Yale Hope Bromwing has never publicly broken a rule. Sports star Cooper only knows what he's doing in the baseball diamond. Bad boy Nate is 1 misstep away from a life of crime. Prom queen Addie is holding together the cracks in her perfect life. And outsider Simon, creator of the notorious gossip app at Bayview High, won't ever talk about any of them ever again. He dies 24 hours before he could post their deepest secrets online. Investigators conclude it's no accident. All of them are suspects. Everyone has secrets, right? What really matters is how far you'll go to protect them. So essentially, the 5 of them go into detention, only 4 of them make out alive. Simon dies. I'm not going to say how he dies though, because I want to don't want to spoil that, but essentially then, secrets about Bronwyn, Cooper, Nate and Addie get exposed, and the 4 of them have to figure out, who's behind it, how to stop it and that, and it's really, really good, and it was like a mystery. And before, I found out about books, sometimes you watch a show before you find out it's a book, and you're like, oh my god, that's really good. Like with Heartstopper, before I knew they were books, I really enjoyed this. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And another book, so sorry, I know I'm getting sidetracked, but there's a lot I want to talk about, is One Day by David Nicholas. And like I said, before I knew about this book, I watched a Netflix series, absolutely enjoyed it, and then wanted the book. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I watch the series before I've read the books? Oh, same with Bridgerton, right? For Christmas, I'm asking for the books, and before I knew they were books, I'm currently watching the series. Like, why do I keep doing this to myself? But anyway, I'll get onto this in a bit. I know I keep sidetracking myself. But I mean, like I said, absolutely great books, you know, fast-paced, it's, you know, full of like mysteries, kind of like jump scary moments, and you think, oh my god, what's going to happen next? Like, oh my god, who done it? Like, these books are just perfect. And then following from that, we have the sequel, One of Us Is Next, and this follows Bronwyn's younger sister Maeve, and there's 2 other people as well, but I can't remember who the other 2 were. So Maeve is Bronwyn's younger sister, so we've got her appearing here. Phoebe, I don't know, I can't remember who Phoebe is. I think she's maybe a friend. Knox, I believe that's another friend as well. I read these books like 2 years ago or something, and I'm not gonna lie, I can't exactly remember, but I think Maeve, Knox and Phoebe, I'm pretty sure they're friends. Unless I'm mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I read these books 2 years ago and I can't exactly remember them, but essentially, I've currently got all my books in my bed right, and the cat is trying to sit in the smallest spot she can find. Anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this follows Maeve and her 2 other friends. And I think she actually goes out with Knox, or is it Owen? Like I said, I can't remember. But either way, in this one it follows different characters. My point. But anyway, let me read the back for you all. So it says, another year, another drama, a whole new set of rules. Bayview High is just about recovering from the death of Gothic King Simon Keller a year ago. Now there's a new copycat in town who isn't ready to forget him just yet. A school game of Truth or Dare seems fun, right? But this game is lethal. Choosing the truth may reveal your darkest secrets. Accepting the day could be dangerous, even fatal. The teenagers of Bayview must work together once again to find the culprit before it's too late. But I've got to say, in this one, there's the 4 POVs of Bronwyn, Cooper, Nate, Addie, and is there one as Simon? Like I said, I've read these books 2 years ago and I can't exactly remember. It might be, I don't know. Essentially this one again, different POVs, and essentially again there's a new copycat in town, kind of like another gossip, like Simon, and the game of Truth or Dare comes about. And again, choosing the truth may reveal your darkest secrets. Accepting the game could be dangerous, even fatal. So basically exposing them again, and they have to find out who've done it, and that sort of thing. And I have to say, I quite enjoyed this book as well, because it was different POVs. This book as well, Nate, Addie, Bronwyn and Cooper still do get mentioned, but it's just not from their POV in this one. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this one. And then for the last book in this series, we also have One of Us Is Back. And I have not read this one yet. I got this last year for my birthday, but haven't read it. And this is the final part of the Bayview trilogy. So it's basically just going to wrap it all up. And look at this. After all, one more line. Now, does this have a blurb? I assume it does. No, it does not. Okay. Here we go. Right. Like I said, I haven't read this. No idea what it's about. Obviously, I do. It's like wrap. Well, I do have a clue because it's just wrapping things up. I don't exactly know what's going to happen. So, let me read what it says here. Life hasn't been easy for the Bayview crew. First, they had to prove they weren't killers. Then a new generation had to outwit a vengeful copycat. Now, it's beginning again. At first, the mysterious billboard seems like a bad joke. Time for a new game, Bayview. When a member of the crew disappears, it's clear this game just got serious, and no one understands the rules. Oh dang. Everyone's a target, and now that someone unexpected has returned to Bayview, things are starting to get deadly. I wonder who's returned. Some rumors are about secrets. They all come out in the end. Whew! I can't wait to read that. And as well, look, it's like a big book. I absolutely love the cover, you know, for like the final Bayview thing. And yeah, so those are, well, this is just one of my favourite book authors. And I'm going to show you a few other books that I have from here, because I have a few others. I've got 2 of them to read, and I will show you those. Also from Karen McManus, I have You'll Be the Death of Me, and I have read this one. This one takes place also in high school. There's 3 friends called Ivy, Mateo and Cal. They used to be close, but then they started to like drift apart. And then one day they all decide to skip school together, and something that brings them together unexpectedly. And when they go into town, they walk into a murder scene. And now that their day freedom has turned deadly, it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. And they essentially have to find out what's happened, what's gone on, who's behind it. His books are all kind of like on the same like storyline, but they're all kind of like different. And what I love about them is they're so easy to follow, fast paced. You know, I love all like the characters and like their kind of like backstory and like things. And even though they're all like all the stories like similar, they're all kind of like different in their own way. And like I said, I love this author so much. So I have read this one. Let me just read the back. Also, look, it's got a pair of like trainers on the back. Skipping school is fun until someone gets murdered. Ivy, Mateo and Cal used to be close, better known back in middle school. So when Cal's called into campus late for class and runs into Ivy and Mateo, they decide to ditch school, just like old times. But they're not the only ones skipping school that day. When the trio spot classmate Brian Mahoney, that's his nickname, Boney, acting suspiciously downtown, they follow him into an empty building and walk straight into a murder scene. Now that the day of freedom has turned deadly, it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. And yeah, good book. I really enjoyed it. So next I also have Two Can Keep a Secret. That's what the cover looks like. And I have read this one. And we follow the POV of two twin siblings, Ellery and Ezra. I just think of a brother's name. No, yeah, of Ellery and Ezra, and they've come back into Courage, to live with their nan because their mum's in a rehab place. Mum's sister vanished walking home while from the library back in 1996. And then after that, 5 years ago, homecoming queen Lacey Kilduff was found dead in the middle of Halloween Park. And now that they're back, the killer now claims to be back. And so then, obviously the start, and like again, this is set in high school. And so they make 2 friends, and one of the friends they make, his name's Malcolm, and his brother went out with the homecoming queen Lacey Kilduff, who was found dead in the Maryland Halloween Park, and people have suspected for years that it was Malcolm's older brother who killed her. But the question is, did he actually kill her or did he not? And then essentially they need to find out what happened to their mum's sister and find out about Malcolm's older brother. So, even though I've already explained, well, I tried to explain, I'm not the best at explaining things, so hopefully it's been alright, but let me just read the back for you all. Eco Ridge is reeling. The picturesque town nestled near the Canadian border experienced its first tragic loss in 1996 when high school senior Sarah Corrigan vanished while walking home from the library. Then 5 years ago, homecoming queen Lacey Kilduff was found dead in the aptly named Murderland Halloween Park. Now the killer claims to be back. A small town that keeps losing its homecoming queens. 2 murders still unsolved. Yeah, Eco Ridge is not a good place to be popular. So the twins come, they meet up with some new friends, and then teaming up with those new friends, they essentially need to find out what's happened, what's going on, why these murders have not been solved, and most importantly, who did it. So like I said, another great book, really enjoyed it. And then the last 2 I have actually not read. So I've still got 3 of her books to read. So this is this one. It is called The Cousins. And I'm going to read that for you because, like I said, I've not read this one. The story family are the envy of their neighbours, rich, beautiful, and glamorous, until it all falls apart. The 4 children are suddenly dropped by their mother with a single sentence: "You know what you did." But never hear from her again. Years later, when cousins Aubrey, Millie, and Jonah Story receive a mysterious invitation to spend the summer at their grandmother's resort, They have no choice but to follow their curiosity. Teenagers are determined to discover the truth, but some secrets are better left alone. That sounds interesting. Secret lies, inheritance. Family first always. Right? So it's that one. And then the last one I actually got for my birthday last year is Nothing More to Tell. A body in the woods, a cold case turned hot, a story to die for. It's easy to... true crimes can leave a false trail. 4 years ago, Brian left St. Ambrose School following the shocking murder of a favourite teacher. The case was never solved, but she's sure that 3 kids who found Mr. Larkin's body know more than they're telling, especially her ex-best friend, Trip Talbot. He's definitely hiding something. Oh, suspicious. When Brian gets an internship working on a popular true crime show, she decides to investigate what really happened that day in the woods. But the further she dives into the past, the more secrets she finds. Do you know what this sounds like? This sounds like A Good Guy's Guilty Murder. Like, I'm getting those sort of vibes. 4 years ago, someone got away with murder. Now it's time to uncover the truth. So yeah, so those are the other books that I have from Cameron Menace. And now let's move on to the next ones. So now we are going to be talking about Alice Osman, and what can I say? I absolutely love these books, and the artwork is absolutely beautiful. If you have not read or watched Heartstopper on Netflix, please do. It's just the best. So Heartstopper is basically, and this is volume 1 by the way, so there's Nick, there's Charlie. Oh gosh, I love these books so much. So let me just read the inside for you guys. Nick and Charlie are at the same school, but they've never met until one day when they're made to sit together. They quickly become friends, and soon Charlie is falling hard for Nick, even though he doesn't think he has a chance. But love works in surprising ways, and Nick is more interested in Charlie than either of them realise. So essentially, Charlie is gay, and him and Nick meet for the first time, and it says here Charlie soon falls for Nick, and obviously he doesn't have a chance because he seems Nick's not gay. But as they spend more time together, because Charlie actually joins the rugby team to be close to Nick and to just try it out, because Miss Sang, the PE teacher, says that he will be good at it. And so then the more time they spend together, the more time Charlie should fall in for Nick. And eventually, Nick falls for Charlie and comes out as bisexual. This story is just beautiful, and can I just say the artwork, I absolutely love it. The artwork is just so beautiful. So this is volume 1, basically essentially boy meets boy. So this is all about Nick and Charlie meeting. And there are some other characters along the way, such as give me a second. So we have obviously Nick and Charlie, the two of the main characters. Then we have Tausu, who is one of Charlie's best friends. We have Tori Spring, who is Charlie's older sister. We have Benjamin Hope, who is Charlie's ex and who is not a nice person. Then we have Chara Jones, who Nick went out with, I believe, when he was younger, and then they went to different schools. And in this book, volume 1, they met at a party, talking about old times, and she tells Nick that she is a lesbian. And so, because people assume, because in this, when they were at the party, people were trying to say, oh, Nick and Tara are back together and all that. And then both of them were like, absolutely not. And then some Tara says, oh, I'm lesbian, by the way, so I would never go out with you. And we have Harry Green, who's in next year and is also not a nice person. Not really a nice person either. So I'm going to move on with him. And then we have Nellie Nelson, which is Nick's dog. And of course, everyone loves Nellie. And yes, so essentially, volume 1 is basically Nick and Charlie meeting for the first time, and then we have some of the other characters in there. So that's that one. And then we have, where's volume 2? We have volume 2. Let's look at the artwork of the bag. That's just so beautiful. So in this one, Nick and Charlie are best friends. Nick knows Charlie's gay, and Charlie is sure that Nick isn't. But love works in surprising ways, and Nick is discovering all kinds of things about his friends, his family, and himself. 3, which is the next one, I've also read this one. Charlie didn't think Nick could ever like him back,
but now they're officially boyfriends. Yay! Nick's even found the courage to come out to his mum. But coming out isn't easy. But coming out isn't something that happens just once. There's Nick's older brother, who is not a nice person, and a school trip to Paris, not to mention all the other friends and family. And life can be hard, even with someone who loves you by your side. As the feelings get more serious, Charlie and Nick will need each other more than before. So in this one, they go to Paris. They go to Paris, and we meet Nick's older brother, who, as I said, not a nice person. We get to see more of the other characters involved as well, which is really nice. And yeah, so the story just keeps continuing. And then, oh, that was Volume 5, sorry. We have Volume 4, which I think I've read. I genuinely cannot remember. But I'm pretty sure I have. Charlie didn't think Nick could ever like him back, but now they're officially boyfriends. Charlie's beginning to feel ready to say these 3 words. I love you! Yes, Charlie. Makes me feel the same, but he's got a lot on his mind. Not least coming out to his dad, and the fact that Charlie might have an eating disorder. As summer turns to autumn and the new school year begins, are about to learn a lot about what love means. Oh, he acknowledges that he has an eating disorder, and he gets help. And Nick is just by his side the entire time. It's just so, lovely to see. And yeah, so the story follows on from that. And then the next one I have is Volume 5, but I have not read this one yet, so I'm gonna see what it says. But I'm pretty sure on this one they like look at uni placements and stuff, because obviously Nick's finished school there, and I think some struggles are gonna be ahead. Let me read what it says here. Nick and Charlie are in love. They finally said this 3 little words. And Charlie has almost persuaded his mum to let him sleep over next. He wants to take the relationship to the next level, but can he find the confidence he needs? And with Nick going off to Newry next year, is everything about to change? Ooh, dunno. So, how cute! So yes, can't wait to read that. And then I also have a few other Alice Osman books. Get them here. I've read 2 out of the 4, so I'll show you the 2 that I've read. This is Solitaire, which follows Charlie's older sister Tori, and she meets a guy called Michael, and eventually they start to become close. But Tori will never admit that she likes him or goes out with him. I can't remember, do they go in the end? Like I said, I've read this book like 2 years ago or something, and a year ago, and like I said, I'm sorry if I'm really bad at explaining all stumbling over my words. I'm trying to like remember as I go along, and I'm trying to explain it in the best way that I can, so hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, let me read the back for you so it's easier. My name is Tori Spring. I like to sleep and I like to blog. Last year I had friends. Things were very different, I guess, but it's all over now. Now there's Solitaire and Michael Holden. I don't know what Solitaire are trying to do, and I don't really care about Michael Holden. I really don't. Whereas I think you do, Tori, in your own way. Essentially this follows Tori and all about her school life, how she meets Michael, how they become close, and she finds out about Solitaire, like who Solitaire is, what they're up to, and things happen a lot with Solitaire in this book. So yeah, this was such a great read. I really did enjoy this, like seeing another perspective, Tori's perspective, and Tori is such a mood. I absolutely love her, so I really enjoyed that. The next I have read is Loveless by Alice Osman, and this follows a girl called Georgia. She's never been in love before, never kissed anyone, never even had a crush, and she hopes one day to find her person. And as she starts university, Georgia makes a plan to find her love, but her actions wreak havoc among her friends. She questions why romance seems so easy for other people, yet not for her. Her new tones thrown at her asexual and romantic. Georgia is more uncertain about her feelings than ever. Is she destined to remain loveless? Or has she been looking for the wrong thing all along? And so this follows Georgia trying to figure out herself, her sexuality, and then also shows her friends, Pip and... oh god, what was his name? There's another guy here, I can't remember his name. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Jason, there we go. And what I love about Alice Osman, she always like focuses on different like relationships, and this is about like Charlie, 2 guys fall in love. This one's kind of about Tori. Well, like I said, I can't remember if Michael actually go out, but if they end up going out. And this one's about Georgia finding out about her sexuality, her own sexuality on her own. Whereas she could be asexual or romantic, and she learns to accept it and all that. And we also see her friends go through different relationships as well, finding out them for themselves. And yeah, it's really well done. I quite enjoyed this one as well. And then the other two I have not read yet is I Was Born for This by Alice Osman. Also, I love the cover. So this is about Angel. For Angel, life is about one thing: the Ark, a pop rock trio of teenage boys taking the world by storm. Being part of the Ark's fandom has given her everything she loves: her friend Juliet, her dreams, her place in the world. Jimmy owes everything to the Ark. He's their frontman, and playing in the band with his mates is all he's ever dreamed of doing. But dreams don't always turn out the way you think. When Jimmy and Angel are unexpectedly thrust together, they find out how strange and surprising facing up to reality can be. So yeah, excited to read this one when I get around to doing it. Yeah. And then the last one I have by Alice Osman is Radio Silence. So that's that one. Frances is a studying machine with one goal: nothing will stand in the way. Not friends, not a guilty secret, not even the person she is on the inside. Then she meets Aled, and Aled, I forgot to say, is in I'll Stop a series, and so he essentially has his own kind of book here with Francis. So that's nice. We get to see his stories, see what he's up to, and yeah, I love that. And for the first time, she's unafraid to be herself. So when the fragile trust between them is broken, Frances is caught between who she was and who she longs to be. Now she knows that she has to confront her past, to confess why Carrie's disappeared. Frances is going to need every bit of courage she has. So she has guilty secrets, and a friend goes missing. So I guess in this we will find out what happened to her friend. Okay, on to the next books. Next I will be talking about one of my other favourite authors, and that is Holly Jackson, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. If you have not read these books, please go and read them. They are just brilliant. So we follow a girl called Pip. She has to do a project for the end of the year, and she decides to do it on the Andy Bell case. And so everyone assumes that she was killed by her boyfriend Sal Sign, but Pip doesn't believe that. Whereas the police know he did it. Everyone in the town knows who did it, but Pip isn't so sure. So when she chooses the case as a topic for a final year project, she starts to uncover secrets that someone in town desperately wants to stay hidden. And if the real killer is out there, how far will they go to keep Pip from the truth? So Pip wants to find the truth, and so she interviews a lot of people who were Sal's friends and stuff, and she actually teams up with Sal's younger brother, Robbie, to find out the truth. Like I said, is the killer still out there? And if so, what will they do to keep Pip from finding the truth? I know what happens, but like I said, I'm not going to spoil it for you all, but yeah. So yeah, Pip is going to find out the truth. And just how this is written is so well done. There's twists and turns, and it really kept me on the edge of my seat, and I wanted to keep reading. It was just so good. One of my all-time favourite books, without a doubt. So next in the series we have A Good Girl Bad Blood, which is the next installment of the series. And this one follows Pip, where she is not a detective anymore. She now has her true crime podcast about the murder case, since she solved in the last book that has gone viral. Yet Pip insists her investigating days are behind her, but she will have to go back on her word when someone close to her goes missing, and the police can't do anything about it. If they won't investigate, then will Pip uncover more of her town's dark secrets along the way? Or will she find the answer before time runs out? I can't actually remember who goes missing, but is it a cousin or friend of a friend who goes missing? And then obviously Pip has to find out what's gone, to find them, what's happened. And there are some twists in here, I will say. I really did enjoy this. And then the last one of this series is As Good as Dead. So, top of this says, Dead Girl Walking. Pip Fitz and Bobby is haunted by a lost investigation, but soon a new case finds her, and this time it's all about Pip. She has a stalker, one who keeps asking, "Who will look for you when you're the one who disappears?" Pip soon discovers a connection between his stalker and a local serial killer, but the police refuse to act. As the dangerous game plays out, it's clear that if Pip doesn't find the answer, she's good as dead. This one was so good. So essentially, this case is about Pip herself. You know, she has a stalker, and there's a local serial killer as well. And Pip has to find out who's stalking her, you know, before it's too late, before she even ends up dead herself. And yeah, that's what I'm going to say on this, because I don't want to spoil this one, because it's just really good. Okay, lots of stuff happened in this book that I was just like, oh my god. I think, how many pages does this book even have? Because there's quite a few pages in this one, because it's quite a thick book. There is 565 pages. So yeah, like I said, I absolutely love Harley Jackson. You know, she's one of my favourite authors, and these books are one of my favourites. But like I said, I love the books, but disappointed by the show. But please, I recommend, if you love mysteries or books like this, please read these. So next here, I have two books which I have not gotten around to read yet, but I wanted to show you anyway. So the first one is One Day by David Nicholas, and I absolutely love this series on Netflix. It was so beautiful, and the last two episodes, I'm not gonna, I had tears in my eyes. Like, it was just, oh, it was so beautiful. And like I said, before I knew the book, I watched the series, absolutely loved it, and I was like, oh, I'm the book now, because like I said, sometimes the book can be different to the series, but the way the series was done, I absolutely loved it. It was just so beautiful. Like, I loved Dexter and Emma so much. But let me read the back for you. 15th of July, 1988. Emma and Dexter meet for the first time on the night of their graduation. Tomorrow they will go their separate ways. So where will they be on this one day next year? And the year after that? And every year that follows? So obviously, watching the Netflix series, I can't remember how many episodes on there. Is it like 8 or 9? They go on the same day every year until it's like 2000 something, and show like what Emma and Dexter are doing, what's going on, what they're doing with their lives, and the way it's just so beautiful. Like, I just want them to fall in love. I mean, eventually they do fall in love, but some things happen, which I'm not going to say. So you can either watch a Netflix series or read this if you haven't already read it. Like I said, if I watched the Netflix series and found it really good, I would tend to read the books. But yeah, I'm quite excited to read the book. And as well, I know there's a movie with Anne Hathaway, but I don't know who the guy is who plays Dexter, but there's also a movie with Anne Hathaway on One Day. So I think I want to get around to watching that at some point as well, because I think that'll be fun to watch. But like I said, I absolutely love this series on Netflix. It was beautiful, and I can't wait to read this at some point. And so on one of my Disneyland Paris vlogs, you would have seen that I got my first Anna Hawan book, Twisted Love, and I'm quite excited to read this because I've heard nothing but good things about her books. And in the series there's 4. There's Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies. And I think I've seen a lot of people like, I believe it's Twisted Games or Twisted Hate, or even Twisted Lies, but I'm pretty sure it's Twisted Games or Twisted Hate. And I've heard people say that this one in particular is not their favourite but the first one. But obviously, you know, I want to read it, see what it's about, and yeah. Obviously, I know it's like a enemies to lovers kind of thing, because I really wanted some more like romantic books, just because I felt like I didn't have enough, and yeah, I just wanted some. But let me read the back for you. Also, that's colour blue. Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna butcher his surname. Alex Volkov. No, I didn't butcher it. Is a devil blessed with a face of an angel and cursed with a past he can't escape. Driven by a tragedy that has haunted him for most of his life, his ruthless persist for success and vengeance leave little room for matters of the heart. But when he's forced to look after his best friend's sister, he starts to feel something in his chest. A crack, a melt, a fire that could end his world as he knew it. Ava Chen is a free spirit trapped by nightmares of a childhood she can't remember. But despite her broken past, she's never stopped seeing the beauty in the world, including the heart beneath the icy exterior of a man she wouldn't want. Her brother's best friend, her neighbour, a saviour and a downfall. There is a love that was never supposed to happen, but when it does, it unleashes secrets that could destroy them both, and everything they hold dear. So yeah, so I'm excited to read these. Now, I'm going to show you the last books that I own. So in this last book series that I own, there are 11 books, and you're thinking, what's the 11 books about? So, these books I have are called Disney Twisted Tales, and these are so good. As you guys know, I absolutely love Disney, love everything about it, and I believe it was a year ago, 2 years ago now, my mum actually got me, I believe it was 2 or 3 of these for Christmas, and I absolutely love them. So basically, these Disney Twisted Tales books are reimagined. So what if something that didn't happen in the movie happened here? So for this one with Let It Go, it says, what if Anna and Elsa never knew each other? And these 3 I'm holding here are the ones that I've read out of the 8 or 9, 7, well, whatever the number is, but we just basically reimagine what if something different happened. That's what I'm trying to say. So this one I've read is Let It Go, and it says, what if Anna and Elsa never knew each other? And so it reads, following the unexpected death of her parents, Elsa finds herself the sole ruler of Arendelle, and mysterious powers begin to reveal themselves. Elsa starts to remember fragments of her childhood that seem to have been erased, pieces that include a familiar-looking girl. Determined to fill the void she has always felt, Elsa must take a harrowing journey across her icy kingdom to undo a terrible course, and find the missing princess of Arendelle. So in this one, basically see the POV with Elsa and her parents, and it's in the same as the movie. Her parents die, and when they die, as it says here, she's now the ruler, and mysterious powers begin to reveal themselves. So this one, Elsa doesn't find out she has powers until after her parents die, and then all these memories start coming back of this familiar-looking girl that she's felt a void, that something has been missing, but she can't exactly figure out what. And then essentially she goes on a journey to find this familiar-looking girl, and that familiar-looking girl being Anna. And then we also have a POV from Anna, which lived in a village with adoptive parents, actually, because an accident happened as to why she went to live with these with her adoptive parents. But I wouldn't say, well, just keep that a little, non-spoiler. And then she actually meets Kristoff, and then all things, start happening, and yeah, good read. And so the next one I read is this. So this is Love, and this one is with Cinderella, and it says, what if Cinderella never tried on the glass slipper? Unable to prove that she's the missing princess, and unable to pay her life under Lady Tremaine any longer, Cinderella starts work at the palace as a seamstress. However, when Cinderella finds herself witness to a grand conspiracy to take the king and the prince out of power, she is faced with questions of love and loyalty to the kingdom. Cinderella must find a way to stop the villains of past and present before it's too late. So in this one, unlike the movie, she's unable to prove that she's the missing princess of Lady Tremaine, and so she escapes and flees. And someone from the palace finds her, and because she's essentially homeless, and so they offer her a job at the palace, and she works there, and eventually meets the prince. And as it says here, she's a witness to a grand conspiracy to take the king and prince out of power, and so with this mission, secret mission, just to find out what's going on, like how to help and how to save the king and prince before it's too late. Yeah, and that's essentially what this is about. And the question is, will Cinderella and the prince find love again? I mean, I know what happens, but I'm just saying that because I'm trying not to spoil too much. But like I said, I'm not good at explaining, so I'll try my best. And then this one I finished recently, like last week, and it is Part of Your World. What if Ariel had never defeated Ursula? And this book was quite big one as well, nearly 500 pages. So, as it reads, it's been 5 years since the infamous sea witch defeated the Little Mermaid, taking King Triton's life in the process. Ariel is now the voiceless queen of Atlantica, while Ursula runs Prince Eric's kingdom on land. But when Ariel discovers that her father might still be alive, she finds herself returning to a world and a prince she never imagined she would see again. Will Ariel be able to overthrow the murderous villain set on destroying her home and the world she once belonged to be a part of? So in this one, as seen in the movie, Ariel defeated Ursula, but in this one she didn't. This takes place 5 years after Ursula defeated Ariel, and everyone assumed that King Triton died as a result of that. But it turns out he did not. It turns out that Ursula had been kept him prisoner for those 5 years, and then upon hearing this, Ariel then decides that she needs to get her father back. But as the same in the movie, Ariel's the same in the movie as in the book, Ursula stole Ariel's voice. And so, as another quest, Ariel needs to get her voice back as well as saving her father. And along the way, she has help from Scuttle. And in this, Scuttle has a great grand Gil called Jonah, who also helped Ariel out. And we also see Flounder and Sebastian. And the question is, will Ariel and Prince Eric meet again? So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, these are different to the movie, and it always prompts a new question. What if Ariel had never defeated Ursula? What if Cinderella had never tried on the glass slipper? What if Anna and Elsa never knew each other? Like, so good. And now I'm going to show you the other ones that I do have, which I have not read because, like I said, there's 11 of them and I've only read 3. But this one is As Old as Time. What if Belle's mother cursed the beast? I think that'd be a good one. Trapped in the castle with a terrifying beast, Belle learns there is much more to her angry captor when she touches the enchanted rose. Suddenly her mind is flooded with images of her mother, a woman Belle hardly remembers. Stranger still, Belle realises that her mother is none other than the beautiful enchantress who cursed the beast's staff and the castle. Stunned and confused by the revelation, Belle and the beast must work together to unravel years of mystery. Now that, I think, will be a good one. Next we have A Whole New World. What if Aladdin had never found the lamp? I wonder what would happen then. Aladdin is a street rat just trying to survive in a harsh city, while Jasmine is a beautiful princess about to enter an arranged marriage. The worlds collide when the Sultan's trusted advisor suddenly rises to power and, with the help of a mysterious lamp, attempts to gain control over love and death. Together, Aladdin and Jasmine must unite to stop hungry power Jafar tearing the kingdom apart. And this story of love, power, and one moment that changes everything. So, someone else has the lamp this time. This one is Once Upon a Dream. What if Sleeping Beauty never woke up? Now this, I think, is a question we all had as a young child. The handsome prince is poised to kiss the beautiful sleeping princess and live happily ever after, but as soon as his lips touches hers, he too falls fast asleep. It is clear that this tale is far from over. Now Princess Aurora must escape from a dangerous magical land created from her own very dreams. With Maleficent's agents following every move, Aurora needs to discover who her true friends are, and most importantly, who she really is. And Aurora is my favourite princess, so reason that, I'm quite excited to read this. Next, we have Unbirthday. What if Wonderland was in peril and Alice was very late? And again, another thick book. This will be quite a long read. 18-year-old Alice is very different to the other ladies in Kexford. She enjoys spending afternoons with a trusty camera, ignoring pressure from her sister to become a respectable member of society. But when the familiar faces of the Queen of Hearts, the Mad Hatter and the Caterpillar begin appearing in her photographs, Alice finds herself returning to the place of nonsense from her childhood to stop the Queen's tyrannical rule before then time. Oh, so this one she's older in it. Oh wow, I didn't realise that. Next, I probably should have nearly done. Next we have Straight On to a Morning. What if Wendy went to Neverland with Captain Hook? Well, that's different. 16-year-old Wendy Darling wishes for a more exciting life, so when an opportunity to travel to Neverland on a pirate ship presents itself, Wendy makes a deal with the devil. But Neverland isn't quite the place she imagined it would be, and a little pixie named Tinkerbell seems less than friendly. Then Captain Hook reveals some evil plans for Neverland, and it's suddenly up to Wendy and Tinkerbell to save Peter Pan and his world. Different. Next, we have Reflection. What if Mulan had to travel to the underworld? And this, I think, would be pretty cool. When Captain Shang is mortally wounded in battle, Mulan must travel to the underworld. Diu in order to save him from certain death. But King Yama, the ruler at Diu, is not willing to give up Shang easily. With the help of Shang's great lion guardian, Zishi, Mulan find Shang's spirit and leave by sunrise, or become King Yama's prisoner forever. Mulan, still disguised as a shoulder Ping, wrestles with the decision whether or not to reveal her true identity to her closest friend. Will Mulan be able to save Shang before it's too late? I don't know, will she? Mirror, mirror, what if the Eastern Queen poisoned the prince? Now that's a plot twist. Following her beloved mother's death, the kingdom falls to Snow White's stepmother, known as the Evil Queen. At first, Snow keeps her head down, hoping to make the best of things. However, when new information about her parents comes to light, and the plot to kill her goes wrong, Snow embarks on a journey to stop the Evil Queen and take back her kingdom. Can Snow defeat an enemy who will stop at nothing to retain her power, including going after the one Snow loves? Last one of this book series, and I have one more book. This one is What Once Was Mine. What if Rapunzel's mother drank from the wrong flower? Ooh, that's interesting. For as long as she can remember, Rapunzel has stayed in the tower, knowing her silver's hair's intense powers are dangerous, even deadly. But when she's drawn out of the only home she's ever known, she gets caught up in an exciting quest across the kingdom. And soon Rapunzel learns that there may be more to her story, and her magical tresses than she ever thought possible. And for my birthday, I've actually asked for another 3, just to kind of like to complete the collection. And there's one I want to ask for Christmas, and that doesn't release till I believe it's sometime in November. It's like after my birthday, I think, or something. And it's one from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I absolutely love the film The Nightmare Before Christmas, and follows Sally. So I'm quite excited for that. But now let me show you guys the last book. So this last book is called Cinderella's Dead by Karen Bayron, and I read this book two, 3 years ago, and it was really good. So let me read the book for you, because like I said, half of it I can't remember what happens. So it's been 200 since Cinderella fell down Prince, but that fairy tale is over. Sophia knows the story through off by heart, because every girl has to recite it daily, from when she's tiny until the night she's sent to the royal ball for choosing, and every girl knows that she only has one chance, for the lives of those not chosen by a man at the ball are forfeit. But Sophia doesn't want to be chosen. She doesn't want to go to the ball at all. Not when she's afraid the girl she loves might be chosen too. Pushed beyond breaking by a society that denies everything she is, Sophia sets out on a journey that will remark her world into one where she gets to choose. So essentially in this one, we follow the girl as Sophia, and she has to go to the ball for choosing, and essentially if you're not chosen, you essentially get killed. She doesn't want to go to the ball, she doesn't want to be chosen at all, because she's afraid the girl she loves might be chosen too, because she wants to be with her. And so Sophia doesn't want to be controlled by the government, because the government controls all of this that goes on. And so Sophia essentially, she leaves like where she lived, like the establishment, and she goes on a quest to find help and to put a stop to this government controlling them. And yeah, it was really, really good. Like it was so different, as what I've read before. And yeah, there is some remarks of Cinderella in here. Like on one part of it, they wake her up. Like she's been dead 200 years, and they wake her up for help or advice. So, but yeah, it was really, really good. It's different to any book I've kind of oh, is it? Well, it's different, and I really, really did enjoy it. So yeah, guys, that is the book video. I hope you all have enjoyed. Like I said, I'm sorry if I stutter a lot or I'm a fast talker. Like I said, I'm not good at explaining things, so I have tried my best, so please just bear with me. I hope maybe some of these books might give you out a reading slump, or give you ideas, or I've made you want to go out and buy the book. But now that I've done this, I'm actually going to go and read some more of The End of Us, and depending on when I finish this, I will let you know my review and show you what I read next. And then for birthday and Christmas, I'm asking for a load of books, obviously. When I get those, I will show you them. once I've read them, I'll give you my review and show you them. And I don't know if I want to see any more like, you know, like book videos, because like I said, I love watching book videos, love reading, I'm a book girly. So yeah, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!